Most people who fail at budgeting are not failing because they spend too much. They are failing because their budget does not work. A budget that lists your income, subtracts your bills, and says, leftover money, at the bottom is not a plan, it is a wish. In this video I am going to show you a budgeting system called zero-based budgeting that works regardless of your income, regardless of which country you live in, and regardless of whether you have tried and failed at budgeting before. Zero-based budgeting is used by millions of people in the United States, the United Kingdom, Canada, Australia, and India to eliminate the experience of money disappearing without explanation. By the end of this video you will know exactly how to set it up, which tools to use in your country, and the 5 most common mistakes that cause people to quit, so you can avoid every single one of them. Before we get into the system itself, I want to explain why conventional budgeting fails for most people, because understanding the failure helps you avoid it. The conventional approach is to track what you spend after the fact. You check your bank statement at the end of the month, see where the money went, feel guilty, and repeat the same pattern next month. This is not budgeting, this is record keeping. The second failure is the category trap. People create budget categories like entertainment or miscellaneous that are too vague to be useful. When everything fits in miscellaneous, nothing gets controlled. The third failure is over-restriction. When people budget, they often cut everything to zero: no coffee, no subscriptions, no fun. This creates a budget that works mathematically but is psychologically impossible to follow. The zero-based budgeting system solves all 3 of these problems. You allocate money before you spend it. Every pound, dollar, and rupee has a specific job, and you build in realistic amounts for enjoyment so the system is sustainable long-term. Zero-based budgeting is a system where your income minus all your budget allocations equals exactly 0 at the end of every month. This does not mean you spend every dollar, it means every dollar is assigned a purpose. Some of those dollars go to bills. Some go to groceries. Some go to savings, investments, and debt repayment. Some go to entertainment and dining out. And some go to a specific savings goal like a holiday or a car deposit. When all allocations are added up, they equal your total income. 0 left unassigned. The logic behind this is powerful: money without a job gets spent without a plan. The moment you assign every dollar, pound, or rupee to a category before the month begins, you make a conscious decision about every spending priority instead of discovering your priorities after the fact by looking at your bank statement. This system was popularized by financial educator Dave Ramsey in the United States and is now used globally. The core principle is the same in every country, the only things that change are the tools, the account names, and the currency. Setting up a zero-based budget takes about 30 to 45 minutes the first time. Here are the 5 steps. Step 1. Write down your total monthly take-home income, after tax, after superannuation in Australia, after Provident Fund in India, after national insurance in the UK. Use only money you actually receive in your account, not gross income. Step 2. List every spending category you have. Start with fixed essentials: rent or mortgage, utilities, loan repayments, insurance premiums, subscriptions. These amounts are the same or similar every month. Step 3. List variable essentials: groceries, transport, petrol, medical. These change month to month. Use your actual average from the past 3 months as your starting estimate. Step 4. List non-essentials: dining out, entertainment, clothing, hobbies. Be honest about what you actually spend, not what you wish you spent. Step 5. Add savings and investments as budget line items, not as an afterthought. Pay yourself first. Put savings, index fund contributions, and debt overpayments in the budget before you allocate discretionary spending. Now add everything up. If the total is more than your income, reduce non-essential categories. If there is money remaining after all categories, allocate it to savings or a specific goal until you reach 0. In the United States, zero-based budgeting is most effectively implemented using the app YNAB, short for You Need a Budget, which was built specifically for this system. YNAB costs approximately $14.99 per month or $99 per year and has a free 34-day trial. Every dollar you receive is given a job in a category, and the app shows you your ready to assign balance, which must reach zero for the month to be fully planned. For the budget itself, a commonly used starting framework for U.S. households is 50% to needs, housing, utilities, groceries, transport, insurance, minimum debt payments. 20% to savings and investments, retirement contributions, emergency fund, index funds. Extra debt payments. 30% to wants, dining, entertainment, subscriptions, clothing. This is the 50/20/30 framework adjusted for zero-based allocation. The free alternative to YNAB for US users is EveryDollar, created by Dave Ramsey, which follows the exact same zero-based principle and has a free basic version. In the United Kingdom, the most popular zero-based budgeting tools are Monzo and EveryDollar. Monzo is a digital bank that allows you to create spending pots for each budget category. You physically move money into separate pots at the start of the month, and when a pot is empty, that category is done for the month. This is zero-based budgeting built directly into your banking. EveryDollar is a budgeting app that connects to all your existing UK bank accounts, categorizes spending automatically, and allows you to set budgets by category. EveryDollar is free with a premium upgrade available. For UK users, the starting budget framework typically allocates housing costs between 30% and 35% of take-home pay in major cities. Essential spending approximately 20%. Savings and investments a minimum of 20%. Discretionary spending the remaining 25%. In Canada, the most used zero-based budgeting tools are Mint, which is available for Canadian bank accounts, and KOHO, a Canadian digital bank with built-in spending categories and goals. KOHO is particularly popular for younger Canadians building their first budget. The TFSA should always be a line item in a Canadian zero-based budget. Even a $50 or $100 monthly TFSA contribution is better than no contribution. In Australia, zero-based budgeting is most effectively done using Frollo or the Up Bank app. Frollo is a free budgeting app that connects to Australian bank accounts, automatically categorizes transactions, and allows you to set monthly budgets by category. Up Bank is a digital bank with built-in savers, similar to Monzo pots, that lets you allocate money to named savings goals at the start of the month. For Australian budgeters, super contributions from your employer do not appear in your take-home pay, they happen automatically. Your budget should focus on what arrives in your account after super and tax. A key Australian budget line item to include mortgage or rent, which typically consumes 30% to 45% of take-home pay in Sydney and Melbourne. Always include a superannuation voluntary contribution line item if you want to supplement your employer contributions. In India, the most popular zero-based budgeting tools are INDmoney and Axio, formerly known as Walnut. INDmoney allows you to connect all your bank accounts, credit cards, mutual funds, and loans in one dashboard, giving you a complete picture of income and spending for budgeting purposes. Axio, formerly known as Walnut, is a free app that reads your SMS banking alerts automatically and categorizes every transaction without you needing to enter anything manually. For Indian budgeters, a practical starting framework is 50% to essential expenses, 30% to savings and investments. SIP contributions should be a fixed line item, and 20% to discretionary spending. Regardless of which country you are in, a working zero-based budget needs 5 core category groups. Category 1, Fixed Essential Expenses. Rent or mortgage, utility bills, insurance premiums, loan repayments, subscriptions. These are non-negotiable and change little month to month. Category 2, Variable Essential Expenses. Groceries, transport, petrol, medical, personal care. These vary but are still necessary. Use your 3-month average as your budget number and adjust as you learn your patterns. Category 3, Financial Goals. This is the most important and most neglected category. Savings contributions, index fund SIPs, extra debt repayments, holiday fund, house deposit fund. Treat these exactly like bills, they are non-negotiable monthly obligations to your future self. Category 4, discretionary spending. Dining out, entertainment, streaming services, hobbies, clothing. These are real and valid, budgeting for them prevents overspending without eliminating enjoyment. Category 5, a buffer or sinking fund. A small monthly amount, even $20 or £20 or 500 Indian rupees, set aside for irregular but predictable expenses, car service, annual insurance renewal, birthday gifts, appliance replacement. This category prevents budget-breaking surprises. There are 5 specific mistakes that cause people to abandon their budget within the first month. Mistake 1, building a perfect budget instead of a realistic one. A budget that requires perfection every week is not sustainable. Build and buffer amounts for categories that tend to overspend. Mistake 2, not giving every pound, dollar, or rupee a job. If you have $200 left after allocating all categories and leave it unassigned, it will be spent on nothing in particular. Assign it to savings, a goal, or next month's buffer. Mistake 3, treating a budget overage as a failure and quitting. When you overspend a category in the first month, and you will, it does not mean the system has failed. It means you have data. Adjust the category amount for next month. The goal is accuracy over time, not perfection in month 1. Mistake 4, not reviewing the budget mid-month. Check your category balances at least once a week, not to feel guilty, but to make informed decisions. Knowing you have $30 left in your dining budget mid-month changes behavior. Not knowing means you discover the overspend after it has happened. Mistake 5, setting budgets based on what you wish you spent rather than what you actually spend. Your grocery budget should reflect your real grocery spending, not an aspirational number. Start with your real numbers, then reduce gradually as you identify where changes are possible. Here is a comparison of the best zero-based budgeting tools across all 5 countries. In the United States, YNAB at $99 per year is the most powerful zero-based tool available, free 34-day trial. EveryDollar is a free zero-based alternative. In the United Kingdom, Monzo provides built-in spending pots for zero-based allocation within your bank account. Emma connects all UK bank accounts and sets category budgets for free. In Canada, KOHO is a digital bank with built-in zero-based budgeting features. Mint supports Canadian bank accounts and is free. In Australia, Frollo connects Australian bank accounts and categorizes spending for free. UpBank has built-in goal savers for allocation-based budgeting. In India, INDmoney provides an all-in-one dashboard for budgeting, investing, and tracking across all accounts. Axio, formerly known as Walnut, reads SMS banking alerts automatically to categorize every transaction for free. Search for Axio on the Play Store. Here is your action plan for this week. Day 1, write down your actual take-home monthly income, the number that arrives in your account after all deductions. Day 2, pull your last 3 months of bank statements and list every category of spending. Calculate the average monthly spend in each category. Day 3, open a zero-based budget template, use YNAB, EveryDollar, Frollo, INDmoney, or a simple spreadsheet, and enter your income at the top. Day 4, allocate every dollar, pound, dollar Canadian, dollar Australian, or rupee to a category until your remaining balance equals exactly 0. Day 5, review your budget at the end of the first week and see which categories are ahead of plan and which are behind. The most important thing I want you to take away from this video is that a budget is not a restriction, it is a permission slip. Every pound you allocate to dining out is money you can spend guilt-free because you planned for it. Every rupee you allocate to your SIP is a commitment to your future self that happens automatically. The system works. The only variable is whether you start. Subscribe to Grow Your Wealth for daily personal finance education across the USA, UK, Canada, Australia, and India.